So happening today, Northwest ISD, one of our many local school districts facing budget shortfalls after years of state surpluses haven't corresponded to an increase in state funding.
Tiffany Lou is live this morning, and Justin and Tiffany, the district says it will have to make some major changes just to stay afloat. We've been hearing this have to message from so many of our districts in North Texas.
Yeah, it seems like we are reporting on this all the time. And Northwest ISD here is one of the fastest growing districts in North Texas, yet they are facing the same struggles as so many others. There is simply not enough money. Northwest ISD is currently in a $16 million budget deficit. So the plan now is to make deep cuts in order to stay afloat. That includes 101 positions cut, which means bigger class sizes. And at the elementary level, it'll be one teacher for every 24 students, when currently it's at a 1:22 ratio. And because that is over the legal maximum, the district actually needs to get an exemption from the state. Now, at the secondary level, teachers right now have 165 students over 7 class periods. That will go up to 180 students. Other changes include decreasing fine arts staffing, lowering athletic periods at each high school. They also plan to reorganize non-classroom staff, plus special ed and library services will likely face changes too. Last year, the superintendent warned this would happen if voters rejected a tax increase, which did fail last November. Public school funding in the state hasn't increased since 2019, and districts like Northwest ISD are hurting from it.
We can't live off of $16 million deficits every year. At some point, we'll have to make drastic changes to our staffing ratios and our program offerings.
Our first reaction was, what is that going to look like in the classroom with more children, less support? How is that going to look for our kids?
And parents just found out about these cuts last week. They're still trying to process what this means for their children. Today, there will be another school board meeting scheduled at 6:30. We can expect a whole lot of families to be there. Listen, back to you in the studio.
Like we've seen so many times before, Northwest ISD superintendent blaming the budget shortfall on a lack of funding from the state as Governor Greg Abbott prioritizes passing school choice. The Senate passed those education savings accounts last week, but the House has not taken them up yet.